Hi everyone. So I'm using a filter today. I thought I'd do the same fucking filter scam everyone else is on, so fuck it, might as well, you know, take this opportunity to look vaguely human. Anyway, I'd usually use this opportunity to promote my daily readings, but honestly, when it comes to the daily readings and the lunar readings, I haven't stopped. I actually completed a monthly reading on the 3rd, and I completed a full moon reading on the 6th, so I'm going to link it in the description to this video anyway. So I haven't, Empress Justice is still going. I haven't stopped. I've just stopped making videos about the targeting. But I came on here today essentially to talk about my period and how it's transpiring right now. The thing that has been happening for the last few months is that it's been bleeding heavily, but the way in which it's bleeding heavily, it doesn't feel like a period, nor does it feel like the lining of my uterus is falling out in a natural way. What it actually feels like is if I've been cut open, because the way the blood is kind of formulating and coming out of me, it doesn't feel like a steady flow. It literally feels like somebody's cut me open from the inside and I'm literally bleeding from the wounds. That's what it looks like. So there's a lot of blood, but it's not the type of blood that's like a hemorrhaging. It's more like an injury from the inside. Now, I spoke to one TI a TI friend of mine, and they've been visiting TIs a lot lately. They visited about 7 TIs in the span of a few weeks. And 4 of them, like me, have been hit in the eyes. And 2 other women have been bleeding profusely like me. It's the same type of bleed, and it's not so serious that it could be cause for alarm. But it's serious enough that you can't really go out bleeding this much. You can barely stand up bleeding this much. It is like just constant. But again, it's not a hemorrhaging type of bleed. It's like the type of bleed you get from a cut, only that cut is from the inside. Now, to my mind, there were particular pressure points on the body that have been fired on me lately. It's not my eyes necessarily, but other parts of my body. There have been particular pressure points along the spinal column and in parts of my brain that have actually caused this bleeding. And then on top of that, I think my womb has been directly targeted, because I'm not the only person who is getting this bleeding. Like I say before, there are 2 other women who have been getting the same type of bleeding that I've been getting, but these women are literally menopausal age, meaning they cannot have kids. And if they can't have kids, they can't have periods. Now, with me, I was told that my heavy bleeding was due to the fibroids that I have, because I have fibroids along the lining of my womb. But then when another woman was going through it, this is a woman who lives in Dorset, when another woman was going through it, and bear in mind she's menopausal age, right? They told her that amount of bleeding was actually down to the menopause. So you've got multiple people going through the same thing at around the same time, and they're literally being told different things. And in the meantime, we're being prescribed different things in order to either temporarily stop the bleeding or replace the nutrients that have been lost. Like, it's just all of it. Everything that we're going through is down to radiation poisoning, non-ionized radiation, and direct wounds to our body via these directed energy weapons. That's exactly what's going on. And the fact that it's happening to so many people at the same time, it means to me that there's a rota. Now, I've talked about this rota before. I've talked about it for years, right? Multiple targeted individuals are on a rota where multiple TIs will go through things at the same time in accordance with who's doing what, So I really feel like there are groups of TIs who are lumped together in this rota, and then they're attacked at different parts of the body at the same time. And needless to say, this period that I have is not natural. It's not a natural period. I don't think I've ever had a natural period for as long as I've been alive, because again, I've been a target since I was, a child at the very least, like I told you guys before. So I don't think I've ever had a normal period. I think it's always been, a torturous situation. I think there's always been torture to my womb. I think there's always been torture here along my jawline, because I've had these pains since I was a child. Even when my wisdom teeth was removed, I was still getting these same pains. And before anybody says anything, oh, well, that's just normal, it's just normal toothache, it's always in the same fucking place, regardless of whether or not my wisdom tooth has been there. And the pain that I would get from my period, it wasn't normal. It was not normal. So, yeah, so it's not just me. There are different people going through this. And another thing that we have to consider is this. If it was a natural bleed, then I wouldn't be online being able to talk to you like this. There is no way in hell I'm going to go through this much bleeding and I'm going to be on here talking to you guys with no fucking problems. That's another clue that should tell you that everything that I'm saying, again, I'm telling you the truth. I can show you the bleeding right now. I don't want to because it's fucking gross, but I could show you what it looks like. But you mean to tell me I'm bleeding from my fucking womb as much as I am? Literally looks like I've been cut from the inside. I'm still here able to talk to you. I'm not even remotely drowsy. That's not natural. That's not natural. That's not natural at all. So, yeah, it's definitely the directed energy weapons that have been fired on us. I've been getting it in my eye, been getting it here, been getting it here. And I've been getting it a lot at the back of my head. Something tells me that there's a pressure point at the back of the head that causes profuse bleeding. But then on top of that, I've been attacked in the womb as well. So it might just be both that and this. But it's driving me nuts. Because I've got to clean all this shit after. It's driving me fucking nuts, man. It's been months of this crap. Like, literally, I have to plan everything around what my uterus is doing. And then on top of that, they want me to take these fucking contraceptive pills. I'm barely having sex to begin with. Like, they want me to take these contraceptive pills. I barely have a sex life. You want me to take these contraceptive pills to clot up my blood? I'm already unhealthy because of the amount of radiations that are, the amount of weaponry that's been on my body. I'm already fucking unhealthy, and not to mention the stresses, the psychological harassment, constant psychological harassment. And now you want me to take these pills and fuck up my womb and fuck up my hormones even more. They're already fucked up because of the non-ionized radiation injuries, the stress, and the fucking directed energy weapons being directly fired on my organs. You're taking a piss. You're taking a piss. It's ridiculous. The amount of vitamins that I have to take to be able to replace the nutrients that I've lost through this blood loss. It's mad. It's mad. And my blood pressure's low. I thought maybe it's because I've been doing certain things for myself. Like, I'm still eating junk food. I'm still eating copious amounts of junk, but I've been eating vegetables and, I've been lowering my stress levels. I thought maybe it's to do with that, but no, it's the blood loss. The blood loss is one of the reasons why I have low blood pressure. It certainly explains why I've been so fucking tired lately and why I've been aging so badly. And yeah, I know my diet doesn't help, so diet's not helping. Anyway, I gotta go. I gotta get back to Dangerous Liaisons. It's really good. It's really entertaining. But these people are just reprehensible, man. Jesus Christ. But anyway, I love you guys. Peace and blessings. My fellow TIs, just stay as safe as you can. Stock up on the multi-nutrients. Like, I mean, try to eat healthier than I do. I mean, I'm eating better than I used to. So, you know, but just try to eat well and try to get as much nutrients in your body as you can, because, you know, this shit is relentless, man. It's ridiculous. But anyway, I love you guys. Peace and blessings. Bye-bye.